Hi guys, welcome to the online training for the project design and Umoja startup. We decided to record this training because we couldn't have the face-to-face training that we had scheduled. So we thought to do this to provide you with a training to help in the rollout of the new system. So we do hope that this is useful to you. The training is basically for the whole of UN habitats. But particularly is for project managers or designers and also for the approving officers. But generally, it's for the whole of the UN Habitat staff. So we do hope you find it useful. This is the workflow. It brings together the three elements that we're trying to discuss, but the main substantive section is the ones labeled 1 to 6. The main expected outcome of the new design or workflow is that it would increase projects and programs portfolio that will be delivered in a more efficient and effective manner. Also, maybe not written is that we would be able to reduce the long train that used to be the characteristics of the previous system. Some of the objectives that we hope that this new system or process would achieve are simplification. We also do hope that it will be more defined uh, in the areas of things that can be done in parallel, that is between Umoja and PAS and the PAG approval process. In the past, colleagues may not be aware of certain things they could do in parallel to save time downstream. So this process, this new system provides the clarity and encourages such parallel runs. Another objective is that we do hope that it would improve management and responsibility of various parties and stakeholders. It will redefine the role of the PAG and also it's aimed to facilitate better planning and a more effective administrative delivery system for projects. There are some few fundamentals that are important to this new process. And one of the important ones is that there will be improved relationship and collaboration between the PMO and the project managers. So we do hope that the PMO and the project manager have a renewed relationship whereby the PMO is involved throughout the whole process of project design and approval, including its implementation, monitoring, and reporting. Another fundamental is that all projects would have to have one review. Even for those projects that may be exempted from step one, they need to have step four, which is the PAG technical review. So no project can escape a review. And the third one is that all projects would have to have or would need to obtain approval at the go no go point at step five. Without a go no go decision made on a project, there is no project, basically. So, what are the changes in this new system as compared to the previous one? Well, there is one particular one that people have looked forward to and have been requesting for, and that is the exceptions. Now, there are exceptions. That is fast track. Some projects uh, would be exempted from concept note step and would enter the workflow at step three. A list of this project would be discussed in when we get to the point later on. Another change in this new process as compared to the previous one is that concept note would now be reviewed virtually, except for two categories of projects that will still need to have face-to-face peer review in addition to the virtual peer review. And these two categories are innovative projects or programs. That these are projects or programs that are seen to be a new area of business or new topics for UN Habitat. Hence, there's a need to come together to further develop it or contribute to making sure it's well framed. The second category is large projects or programs. And these are projects or programs from the value $3 million. Another change in this new workflow is that branch coordinators and the regional directors now have responsibility to give the go no go approval on project and program. So unlike before, where it was only the program division director who could approve projects at PAG or after PAG, now branch coordinators and the region directors can do that. Um, there are levels that have been approved for each, and this would be reviewed as we go along and adjusted accordingly. Currently, the branch coordinators are able to approve a no go, a go or no go for projects up to $500,000, whilst the regional directors can approve a go or no go for projects or programs up to maximum of $2 million. Anything above for HQ PAGs, anything above 500,000 would be reviewed, approved by the program division director or his or her alternate. And for the regional PAG, anything above $2 million would have to come to HQ to be approved by um, the director PD or his or her alternate. Now, there is a new terminology that has been used for the previously um, titled PAG Secretary, and this is a PCO Project Cycle Management Team. This is a new terminology that has been decided by senior management. So this is what we would use in this training, but we would refer and try to remind you that this is a PAG Secretary as we go along. Now, regarding the membership and attendance of PAG, um, members of the PAG now would be appointed officially in writing and will be expected to include this function or this responsibility in their work plan and e-pass. So letters will be issued to individuals for this appointment. Also, in terms of attendance of PAG, um, branch coordinators or branches are required now to attend all regional PAGs. And in terms of connecting with them, because of course, logistically, they cannot be there physically, but they will need to connect to all the meetings that is being held at the regions. But where the branches will be unable to participate in the regional PAG, they're still required to submit comments in writing in advance of the PAG meeting. So there will be no non-attendance. Um, Similarly, regions are required now to attend all HQPAG meetings. And again, where a region is unable to attend, the region is required to send in comments in advance of the PAG. So basically, there is no non-attendance across the agency of PAGs. Another new change, new introduction actually is this one. It's been requested for, it has been one of the gaps in the past, is financial and managerial feasibility review. So this would now be done and it will be done in advance of PAG. It's not going to be a bottleneck or stop for the process, it's actually to support and ensure that uh, the surprises downstream is reduced at this point, and to ensure also that the project is fully covered without having to be subsidized by UN Habitat Fund. Lastly, now project implementation plan will be made mandatory as against before, but this will be required at step 6. So it's not going to stop the approval process, but before the release budget, it would have to be made available in pass. Please see Annex H of the user guide for this new workflow for the composition of the PAG members, and also see Annex I for the new terms of reference of the PAG, and the PAG secretary is in Annex J.
As my colleague Madupe mentioned during the introduction, one of the objectives of this redesign is to define and encourage the parallel approaches between the three key work streams. The three key work streams are the project design and approval processes, which is the main process here. And we have two supporting work streams. That is the contribution agreement, or the grant, as known in Umoja, which is the legal agreement between the donor and us, and the finance, cash, or loan portion, which is primarily done in Umoja. And we are here to support the main project design and approval process. The contents of this training are as follows. We will go through each of the 6 steps as defined in the process map. Each step will have an objective, a system, template, and output. We'll describe the RACI, which is the responsible, accountable, who to consult, and who to inform of each step. We'll also describe the parallel processes that can be done at each stage. And we will also describe the corresponding downstream impact. We will then go on to describe the PASS workflow, and at the end we will describe the interim measures for offline submissions that we are currently offering.